is going on, guys? Welcome to Media Glitch. My name is Cody, and I am here with Harrison, who has another review for us. That's awesome, man.
I don't like this one.
Okay, that
this
was good.
Right off the bat.
Nope.
Now you're going to keep them wondering.
I'm not gonna keep wondering. Joel,
You're welcome.
this one's. I'm wasting 6 minutes of people's time right now because of this one.
Woo!
So the game we're going to be talking about is going to be Riptale.
Riptale.
This is a little rogue RPG game that came out, and it's about $6 on Steam.
Okay.
So roguelike game, has very 1980s style graphics. But let's look at the trailer first off.
All right.
Now, you're going to see this trailer here. You know,
Ooh.
kind of looks like it's a cool game, right?
That's Joel's kind of game, right?
Yeah. I mean, looks very simple and looks like it's a little bit fast paced, you know. Some cool stuff on the screen, you know, for being as simplistic looking as it is. And really, you know, it does have a early 80s type feel to the graphics for PC gaming. And you look at this, you know, you even hear the sound with it and all. It's just like, wow, this feels like it's going to be great. But that's about all you're going to get out of it.
Really?
Is the trailer is probably the best part about this game.
Yeah, that trailer looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's almost got me thinking I would play this game. And it's not my style.
No. And that's the thing is I looked at it, it's like, okay, this is going to be pretty cool. Sure, you know, send it my way. I'll take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But that's what I do.
Yep. That's what Joel does.
10 games out.
And we review them, you know, good or bad, because sometimes we have to.
Right.
Well, the first thing is, you know, I will say there's something I kind of like about this, which is like the story. It has a standard like early 80s PC game opening. It has very bit-like music. I mean, we're talking like 4-bit, 8-bit type music.
Wow.
The graphics are just little pictures, a little bit of text, but even then, this game has no story really. This really has no place for the story. So they didn't even evolve upon a problem people had with the old games, which is there's no story to them. This game still has no story to it, even with this little bit of an opening, because you don't. It's like, okay, I have gems, I'm supposed to go fight dragons and rid evil, but that's it. You know, it doesn't say for what reason beyond that or anything else like that. And even in the game, it's not explained any more than that.
Huh.
But you saw that trailer and how neat it looked. I ended up running into bad controls though, really bad controls for this game. Oh yeah. So you would go to aim and shoot. And I slowed this down, and notice how far off I was off those targets sometimes. Or here, bad hit detection. It's like, how did I get hurt?
Right.
You just jumped on his head.
But I didn't.
Play it back, Sammy. Oh, you can't.
Oh, I can't right now. But people can later on when they watch it on YouTube.
What if you just suck, though?
That wasn't an issue.
Okay.
There was a delayed response for when you hit the controls
Look at the camera, Harrison.
and
right over
playing.
here.
There's delayed response
There you
when
go.
you hit the
Hey!
buttons. When you actually, there's bad hit detection where basically when it does its animation, it doesn't actually collide properly.
Wow.
And so it's just
A pain.
a pain in the butt. It was very frustrating for a rogue type game.
Right.
I mean, Dark Souls would have been more enjoyable than this.
Isn't Dark Souls a good game?
Dark Souls is a good punishing game. This is a
gotcha.
bad punishing game.
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
But this is a rogue type game, so you do have other little things in there. Like you do have your shops that you can come across in the game. And in the shops, you have your gems that you can purchase. And, you know, it's always manned by this little skeleton guy, this little skeleton cowboy. He has really bad puns, like contestants didn't find him humorous, you know. But as you see here, you have these gems and you have your gold that you've picked up from killing stuff along the way. And you're going to end up noticing, you know, like here, we got a gem, but then you have the exact same gem at a different price, at a lower price, for the exact same gem. That's kind of odd programming there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went through and we had some, you know, problems with the gems playing throughout the game, but the worst one was probably the actual curses. The curse we ended up running along was this one that says run for your life. And you might as well be skating on ice at all times because you basically slide from place to place. The game now becomes absolutely unplayable. And I've seen bad curses in rogue type games, but this one was ridiculous.
You got it?
Yeah. And this is us trying to read the book here to get more story. And it's just impossible to interact because the game actually moves that fast. And that's part of the problem with the controls. And you're going to end up seeing this here when we get to the bosses. So the bosses, I left this at like normal speed. And these bosses are not one-hit things. And I got to these bosses a couple of times. But it's just so fast moving. You don't know how much life they take. Sometimes there's bad hit detection where you are in the middle of a strike and then they throw a fireball or something and you end up taking a hit. Or you've gone and hit the button, but it didn't actually go through with the motion. So it was just a very, very frustrating experience playing this game.
The game actually looks cool. That looks cool.
Actually, with this looking cool like this, being black and white, this does cause a problem in a lot of the levels here. That we end up getting hurt by enemies sometimes that we did not notice on the screen. There's a reason why there's typically more color in games that move faster, so that we have an easier time detecting where creatures are on the screen. So that way you don't get hurt by them. I got killed by snakes all of a sudden. They came out of nowhere because just being black and white with little dabbles of red sometimes. You know, just maybe rage quit like this. You know,
I know that.
This was just an exercise in frustration. The visual cues were bad. You know, the little bit of red just made it very hard some of those levels because it's just so busy black and white. You couldn't see the black and white enemies. It was too fast for being that art style. The hit detection was poor. Overall, even like the gems, like we end up getting like a homing gem and you go swing with that and sure, you try to home, but if that thing teleported all of a sudden, you ended up hitting just a wall or a shelf or whatever the platform basically. This is not how a rogue like game should be done, Cody. Not at all.
It doesn't sound like it.
No.
I'm not familiar with Rogue, but that's not Rogue. Right?
No. This seems like the sort of game that somebody did as their final project for either high school or an associate level of college and then just submitted it up and online.
Lay it down.
So if you have somebody you don't like,
oh my gosh,
buy this game and send it to them. But this game is not a good example of how to play a rogue game.
Woo!
All right.
I can tell you, that's a lot of black and white. I would have wanted to see some color, so I would have thrown in some Rocket League, and I've been good. That's a great way to close it, huh? I don't think so. But hey, Harrison, thanks for taking time to review that game, play that game. We appreciate it. Joel appreciates it because he's, off the show like everyone thinks in the comments section.
Joel's dead because of this game right here.
Oh my gosh. All right.
But we review
Still
games.
alive.
But we review games that are good and bad,
Yep.
so that you don't have to play them.
Right on.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you got anything you want to add to the review or got something you don't necessarily agree with on Harrison's review. We like the feedback. But and you can check out Harrison
on YouTube at Jenny Fedora or on VidMe at Jenny Fedora.
Jenny Fedora it is.
Jenny
All right,
Fedora.
guys. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.